outbreeze in the possibility we went to a third map
Exactly
against Cloud9.
that, yeah.
So they've pulled out kind of a big trick here against Sentinels, who themselves looked really good yesterday against the guard. A lot of questions were answered about how they want to play, and it's slow. With this triple initiator, they will take their time in clearing out these angles.
Oh, and Bdog on the front side already starting things off with a bang, and it's going to be Tigg around the corner with the frenzy to potentially get a few more. And indeed, he does. He gets two, and he's out of there.
Gotta love the positioning of that wall. That wall just setting up Tigg in a position like that where he can pop flash out. Find an easy frag, and it's a risky position.
Whoa.
Tigg looked a little bit weak yesterday in his first death department, getting targeted by Cloud9, but here he stayed alive and helped his team lock down the A site.
That's just the waiting game. Spike in front of him. Shahzam going with the recon bolt alongside Tenz on the crossfire. Very, very deadly, and Tenz all the way on the open. He's gone. Shopify. Oh. Because of the pistols, I was thinking that maybe Sentinels could just be pulling off just one big push to kind of play out their lives, but they end up playing out the orb. They get the orb on the other side of the map over towards A. Regrouping back over in B. There's only one person here.
They're giving a lot of space here, Shopify, to Sentinels to work up mid, kind of funneling them into Dazzle's Marshall, where you can hit them with that one shot. Didn't spot Tenz, and Dapr as well might have a little bit of an angle, but Dazzle there to double check. And now they kind of have the info where these players are leading. Gate crash already sent by Mada to the B site.
Good timing, by the way, off that gate crash. That CP for Mada was pulled out right before the mid peak was pulled out. Sentinels, again, they've ran out of options. They see the clone going by. Made any noise, though.
Electing to cut noise here. They're getting spotted out now as Mada. Three players already here, and even with the wall going up, it's not going to be a clean walk up because Moose is there to greet them.
Oh, and Moose is there for three.
Shorty and the Headhunter for Bdog, not the worst of bonus rounds, and they can't pick this one up. I imagine Shopify, with his 4-man sack towards A, could find some damage, as already the knife is going to catch out Shroud, and Bdog's going hunting.
Bdog going so deep into A main, but he just gets a 1v1 against Shroud. Shroud winning around the corner for an opportunity. Again, he needs someone behind him because you saw that footage back over towards tunnels. You had the Sova going up a bit.
We're kind of leaning now towards this A side. Tenz starting to shift on over. He typically plays these lurks, and then we'll regroup with his team. Wall going up here, and the Owl drone coming out as well. This is going to be Sentinels slowly but surely clearing the site, and Bdog wanted to try and find a first blood here before they got on site, but he was denied the opportunity. Sentinels spike down, but pressure created here by Shopify doesn't give them a lot of room to get into back site.
Dazzle just needs to go big. He has a couple of opportunities here. Just one by one, the pixels start popping, but this is good here for Sentinels. Safe. Just waiting for Shopify to make the approach instead. That shock dart taking Zellesis down to 3 HP. Here comes finally the flash from Mada. The exec through Tenz on his flank back. Could easily get one or two here, and indeed picks up the first. The rest of Sentinels, they continue to battle out for A main. The wall goes up. That's a really good retake wall, actually. But Shopify can't do much with him. Again, it's just an SMG alongside the Marshall. Dazzle far away. Again, just getting pressured out. Doesn't have a rifle to actually be able to wide swing with. It's just one by one as he gets an opportunity at Zellesis. I talked about the economy before.
Bdog in his map on Fracture, a big op player. Had a lot of opping angles there on Fracture, and he's got the exact same thing here on Breeze. So if he can frag out like he did yesterday, this is going to be a rough map for Sentinels.
Started off this round. We see the op on the other side for Sentinels. So, oh my word, Tenz over in mid. Not going to be able to find any opportunity. It's Mada in a 1v1. Just dry runs up in A main. He picks out one. And it's just a lot of ground being made by Sentinels. It's the only thing they can do, but Bdog, he reinvests into A main, and Shroud is there.
Yeah, and Moose is going to have to try and get a little bit more aggressive now over towards B main. Needs to take this space back, and they've given up this mid side almost completely. Tigg is playing solo here, watching tunnel for anyone to walk up, and Dazzle, they are taking a lot of space back here, Shopify. And there's a chance, Dazzle, Shahzam, just out of his crosshair.
And it works. The spike is down. Shroud has to battle now.
They know where the rest are coming. Tenz has been spotted.
Oh! What a shot from Tenz, but again, Spike is still all the way out in the open. Shroud tried for it, but Dazzle is still there.
Slowing them down almost entirely.
left.
Sentinels Their backs against the wall over towards A main. Still, they know Tenz is kind of creeping around this mid side. They don't know if he's doubled back though. Tigg has rotated through the mid side, gone over in towards Talls. And they are playing very split apart. Luce does not have an angle. I lied because he finds Tenz. Evens us to a 2v2, but that's the ult they were looking for.
Yeah, boy, did he have an angle, but there goes the Viper's pit.
Oh my.
Gives them a lot of space, but that spray was onto Dapr. Still Shroud. 64 HP, has to stand tall. Tigg coming back, and it's a 1v2 for Shroudy Rowdy. Let's see it. Now he just goes out and he's denied immediately. Oh, Moose. The one pump does it.
Would have much rather prefer that Shroud plays in his Viper's Pit. Maybe he has a better and winning them at that.
Like you said, variable. It's not exactly that Shopify is constant at doing it, but again, their aggression comes out right when the team might need it, and especially now, a bit more training with a bit more prep. They know when to pull off the one-offs.
Full
Shopify at this point. I'm sorry.
All the way up. All the way up towards mid. Yeah, we're on the same page here. Sentinels just walking their way entirely up towards mid.
Yeah, it's just so weird. But Mada, that's such a good clone, but no one's able to actually spray at it. Tenz just goes right through the wall in response. Great 1v1 against Mada. Dazzle is still looking for a player right in the middle of sight, right in the middle of Cubby. Tenz is slowed and he's getting shot darted, but he's somehow still alive. All three players for Sentinels safe in the middle of sight.
And there's time to reset here as well. Tenz has picked up the Vandal. And same thing with Zellesis. He now has a Phantom. And he has an ultimate to play with here. They can shut down all these flashes from Tigg, but they're taking the swings.
Bdog, he gets the one for free, but Shroud is back with a classic of all things. There goes the spray from Shroud. All of them walk into this crosshair.
If I will have nothing to work with, just Bdog on the tour de force. Mada maybe work aggressively with him, but already forced off of the play. A beautiful knife from Zellesis to keep him off the angle.
They're gonna have that space to work with, but Marshall bringing out a lot back over towards that tunnel side. Again, nothing over towards that mid side, but Shopify hasn't exactly cleared it. But yet, they're leaving B and mid completely abandoned.
And they've gone all the way up into halls here. Sentinels, they're not taking the door. Not just yet. They will now. And Shopify, they have the chance to slow it down. They're giving them these 1v1s here, Sentinels.
Yeah, Tigg, here he goes again. Another opportunity back over towards main, but he has a player back over in tunnels to deal with. That's Dapr alongside the rest of Sentinels that finally gets a gap in the middle of A.
Yeah, that pressure created from Sentinels over towards door will give them an opportunity. Dapr gets the res up, and well, it is pressure from Bdog, but no kills found just yet.
Nice.
And he gets the one, but this is a done round already. Sentinels, that pressure creating towards Halls, distracting the players on site, and they will tie us up here 3 for 3 unless Bdog, well, he's magical, but a little bit ambitious to get this one. A little bit more heavy to the B side. Typically, they want to play it slow this time. I imagine a little more aggressive. Already a Prowler to clear. Maybe just the fake pressure. A trademark drop that looked like just to see if Shopify would push up.
All right, and Zellesis isn't exactly contacting. He's just holding for orb. And really, so does the rest of Sentinels, just holding angles.
This is quite risky. Zellesis has just escaped their view, and Bdog in this angle lost it last time. It's closer.
Oh, and he gets it. Such an important win for Shopify. If they had just kept going just a bit more back into A main, you would have seen that they had that full control.
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to send Sentinels the other way. No A main control. You had Tenz watching this angle the whole time. And there's no util in terms of a Viper to slow you down, but no Zellesis to cancel out Tigg's util. This is going to be a rough hit as already Mada has arrived, and you have Tigg just in the corner.
Right.
His knife as well is going to slow this down even further.
I was going to say Tiggs' knife could have a massive impact, and it did. It ends up knocking down 3 players. It waits up just another 15 seconds here. But the rotations are already through. You have the Yoru over towards B. Look at this split. Sentinels, they get a body over towards mid. That's massive for Dapr. Moose has to come around on the rotation and potentially get the trade back, but Sentinels are dashing in.
And now they're slowed down even further. Tigg removing Shahzam, trying to make a peek, and even then, Dapr falling over towards mid as well. Shopify, just off of time, Sentinels, that just patient style has come back to bite them. Losing that first pick, and Shopify were ready. That reaction read almost perfectly. And it will be a prime giving flawless to Sentinels looking to hold on to these 2 rifles. Tenz and Shroud can both make the easy drops. That one thrifty round they won really setting themselves up. And that last round as well, keeping it clean. They will have credits to buy. And they are trying to build up their economy. Sentinels. No issues just yet. Early knife again is going to cash out Dapr, and he doesn't get the Prowler out. So this gives Bdog the chance to push forward, and Dapr's not comfortable there. He doesn't know what kind of aggression. This is the first time Bdog has been put here towards B. Sees nothing, and it's already Q to rotate from Tigg.
Mada was thinking about going through the orb. Look how many players from Sentinels are here. All 5. Ready, raring to go here on A. There goes the Viper wall up. There goes the Owl drone. They got the info potentially. Mada up close, very personal. The rotations from Shopify have come in very quickly. The Yoru. He's on the front side, all 4. For Shopify, they're in pretty decent angles, but it's not exactly a crossfire.
Dapr's gone deep here again. The orb there to support
great
him.
knife.
No, there's actually no orb, but that knife catching so many players. Shopify are doing everything they can to deny this post-land situation. Dapr does find a first pick. He's deep up into halls. Is there a contest here from Tigg? No. And Sentinels back away. They're playing the mind game, resetting, and it looks like they're going to re-clear back towards me, but keep in mind of the time. 30 seconds left, and Bdog in a tucked angle. He can get aggressive at any moment.
With Dapr going out in mid, so here comes Bdog. Bdog might be able to find a rotation or two coming out towards mid, and indeed he does. He gets the first. Shahzam was thinking about the peak, but he goes back with his teammates. Sentinels should have control here of B.
That trademark slowing them out even further. Tenz will try and re-clear and work towards mid. Bdog, is he wary? I think he's heard the footsteps, and Tenz has given up his life again.
So tough for Tenz, but again, the footsteps gave it away. Bdog had a big opportunity at a 1v1 against Shahzam, but he misses out. Tigg, once again, yet another knife that goes big. Tigg has to check his left, though. Zellesis, ready and raring to go, finds the first, but will he actually get the kills? What a trade for Moose. Shroud, 1v2!
Oh!
Shroud going!
Prove it once again, backed now by a Viper's Pit. They had it.
It helps when, again, Shroud, such a talented fragger, can actually fight. So here we go again. No, Shroud fully flashed, and Mada doing the same. Overwhelming Tenz in the back line of A. That was a 3-man push from Shopify.
Not ready for that kind of play. Sentinels have not faced that yet against the guard, and they were not prepared for something like that against Shopify. That's what I was talking about when they were picking up the pace in terms of how fast they're getting into these rounds. And that's something Sentinel's slow style has to find a way to cope with. Welcoming in that pressure, but Shopify do it on a different metric, switching it up every round, and that one caught Sentinels completely off guard.
Yeah, they've never tried. I mean, yes, they pushed a main, but never so aggressive and organized like that. There's no way that they would be ready.
Oh yeah, flashing through your own smoke as well. Dapr will try and get some space back, evening the numbers. Dapr would have loved to get that frag onto Dazzle, and Sentinels,
good damage.
Literally no map control, are going into this one cold turkey.
Listen, man, Shahzam has a Hunter's Fury. One hit of that Hunter's Fury takes everyone away here, but wow, very good redirect.
Oh
now
my,
from the TP,
Zellesis.
but Zellesis just calls out Mada entirely. There's still 2 players very, very low on HP, Dazzle and Tigg.
And he's using his Headhsot to clear a path for Shahzam. They're looking to play that postman like you were mentioning. That Hunter's Fury can be so big. There's Moose already on a flank though, and Tigg and Dazzle know their roles. Stay alive.
This is such good timing.
And allow Moose to play this angle.
Oh, this is great for Moose. He's coming in at a great time. Nobody is watching this. Shahzam going in with a Hunter's Fury. He didn't want to use the Hunter's Fury for post plane, but he still gets one. Moose coming in off the flank. Shahzam gets the right peek, but Moose wins it out. Moose, a 1v1 to try to keep Shopify up. You have Zellesis on the other side joining the team. Just, what, 2 weeks ago? Welcome to the squad. Can he solidify his place there? But no, he can't. Moose sticking a 5th for Shopify.
A second 1v2. He did it yesterday against Cloud9, and he does it here. And Rounds back are able to afford another buy, and they are fully grouped now. This is a different look for Sentinels on this fast play. Maybe not as fast as I thought.
Yeah. I was about to say fast, but I mean, honestly, they could have had that same speed, but Moose, Viper's Pit, completely shuts that down.
Yeah, and it's Tigg who sent a knife towards B main that caught absolutely nobody. And so that's why you see this early 4-man stack. And Viper's Pit clogging up towards mid, or apologies, A main. He does, he actually avoids it. Wow. He avoids the Owl drone.
Very nicely done from Moose. There goes the Nightfall, though. Moose is going to be plugged away, so he has to use up one of his mollies. Still have the chamber behind to potentially spray away a little bit. Moose with a shotgun.
Oh my goodness.
The double pump for Moose. Keeps the round alive at a 3v3. The Viper's Pit is still up and the spike is with him.
And it's Tenz. Tenz has to re-clear this angle with nothing more than an operator. The Headhunter can come into effect here. But
Shotgun
Moose
v
has gotten a
shotgun.
huge one. Tenz.
Oh, this is so awkward. Both of them are walked in and out of the cloud, and Tenz finally comes up from behind. Bdog to the left. There goes the shotgun. Bdog takes down one. 1v1 again. Tenz looking to connect the dots. Doesn't get the headshot he wants, but still has the op. One shot to the body will do it. But Tigg, fast setup from Sentinels that got slowed down immediately. It didn't even get slowed down. They were in the right position for a fast take. They had the right utility for it, but they didn't execute it.
Oh, Bdog.
And early on, yeah, no, it just doesn't help, right? The pistols still going up, but Tenz had an opportunity. That gets shut down.
In these man advantage situations, Shopify are good on these retakes against Sentinels. Both times they've won. They've had the opening kill. Now Sentinels creep their way up, using the Viper's Wall, using the Viper's Orb as well. Dazzle might have his work cut out for him. It's just pistols, but it's two.
Oh, okay. The classics actually overwhelm. Shroud in the front side gets one. Bdog not able to nail his shot on the players over in snipers, but you still have Dapr jumping around. But Shroud has the SMG, gets close, but Bdog actually aims onto his teammate. Shroud, a 1v3, very far now, but he could find a 1v1 with the op. Indeed he does. Still has the spike and could be able to take on an even 1v2.
And he's so smart here. Shroud electing to go now to the Spectre. He's got the Viper's Pit with just a single ult orb, and he's got the spike on his back. Both these players, they're wrapping all the way around. Shroud has just duped them both. He slips back in towards mid. So much time as well to get onto the B side. So much time to set himself up. And they'll realize here soon enough, Shopify, that he's not here. Shroud has just duped them.
He went the other way? He's going the long way around, but again, surely he's gonna have time, but man.
10 seconds
He checks
left.
his corners. 10 seconds left. Shroud is completely left Shopify scratching their heads.
He's done this before. He's done it in this half.
Oh, yes,
Done
he
it in
has.
this map. He's done a 1v2, and he's going to try and do it again. Lines up the Viper's Pit. He's taken up so much of the right side of sight. So many angles he could be playing from around that default box. Just beyond the pillar. They have to clear everything, but they're coming from a pretty good side where they can pincer Shroud.
This is big, though. Shroud with a double molly. He could play around the Viper's Pit and play time.
Crept on through Shroud. Just outside his
Here we
walls,
go.
trying to play the game.
First person on the front lines takes him down. Viper v Viper. You had both players pulling off 1v2s round after round of each other. But Moose is the one that wins it out this time. That's huge.
Enough momentum to carry them through into that second half.
Gonna have to come down to those
New form of
defensive
progression.
setups. But again, you always had Shopify clearing out B main round after round. This time, they do get more of a coverage for it, man-wise.
It's a little more aggressive here. Bdog is taking up all of halls here with the operator of the Tour de Force. And he's got no rendezvous to get out, so he's playing a pretty risky game here. They have the no command for this retake, and I think that's why Shopify are kind of playing off-site. Bdog's positioning is crucial on this retake. He's got such a nice angle coming in from that door. And Sentinels bring that wall up, but not exactly execing. Parallel walls on this A side. And look at Mada. A trademark will spot him out here, but Bdog is looking to help him out.
Shroud needs this. Bdog is thinking about that peek out, but again, can
Oh,
they
he's
only
gatecray.
depend on Bdog? Oh no, Mada's gonna get this info on Shroud. Wait, did he just run by Shroud? And Bdog, yeah, he absolutely just runs by Shroud, gets the information, and here comes Mada, still running into the middle of A, and TP's out with more info. 30 seconds left, Spike still hasn't gone down. Moose in the back line gets overwhelmed. There goes the clone, and here comes Mada, but he gets sprayed down still by Dapr. Great stuff from Dapr, and Shahzam is there for still the kill onto Tigg. One player remaining. It's unreal that Bdog watches all of his teammates go down in an instant.
What openers he can find.
Yeah, this is really where, again, the pick is going to have to make or break Shopify. Because, again, easily you could slot in a Neon, a Jet, that could be so much more valuable on the attacking side, so much faster in taking map control. Here we go. It's going to be the wall up alongside the easy plant.
Oh, Shahzam already nicking one out here on the spam through the wall, and even a little bit more. Tigg down to just 22. Quick damage here done by Sentinels.
So now it's just slim pickings here for some of these players from Shopify. They have to go back. They have to find some space. Dapr closes in the space and takes down two. You still have Tigg. Tigg and Moose. Such low HP for Tigg, and he's still somehow battling back. Moose had to come to the rescue, though, with the two. And Sentinels, Tenz, and Shahzam. There is no way they're going to lose that.
And that's the lead. Almost immediately dissipated there for Shopify Rebellion. Granted, yesterday they looked good in the answer.
And it's funny, Dazzle's Really, the only moment of this game thus far that we've really seen him was, of course, early on in the first half with that Marshall. Still feeling sharp. He could have a couple targets back over towards that mid side. You do have Shopify going back towards the B side, though.
Yeah, that wall coming up is going to keep Tenz and Zellesis trying to just poking and prodding towards mid. Shahzam is going to clear out Moose. He has the information and honestly should have the kill here. Shot dart. Moose doesn't have any armor, but Moose ends up denying him. That's 2 already. Shopify winning out these first duels. And that sends Sentinels reeling. Yes, they've got the firepower, but now they're kind of losing it.
And now this is so awkward for all these players from Sentinels. Where did he even go? Do they fight? Yes, they do. Tenz and Shroud alone both find 1v1s. But there goes Tenz. Here comes Dapr. Dapr needs to split his attention to mid. Bdog coming in. Could save the round still, but he uses the last shot of his headhunter. Shopify's not exactly going into one uniform location, though. But at least give Sentinels an easy hold. Take up that mid control fairly quickly.
Yeah, that knife catching one player is going to keep Sentinels from rotating instantaneously. As I say that, Dapr has elected to make a pretty early shift off this Al drone from Dazzle. Maybe to work back towards mid. Halls is kind of an open area. They only have the trademark there to mark. Nothing really else. And Shopify taking quite the space here towards A. Look at the setup Sentinels have. Waiting for that knife to come online and shutting down both the KO and the Viper is going to be big. Otherwise, this hit comes to a grinding halt once those mollies come out.
It's such a weird hold here for Sentinels, though. They have 2 players very close, but Dazzle coming in from mid. This is a big angle that he could have gotten 2 with, but that's a massive flash from Zellesis. He jumps up, he takes up a second. Still Tigg fighting back from main. Zellesis on the right side of sight, getting pinched out. He's down to 49 HP, but he's still somehow getting kills. Mada and Moose, the last 2 remaining. They do have a couple targets in the back of sight, but it's Mada all alone. There goes the wide swings from Shopify. The lineup might have actually worked. Zellesis is down to 9 HP. Mada just needs a body shot on him, but Tenz, no way he's gonna miss it.
A rough round for Shopify Rebellion as those 2 players coming from mid are gonna get full focus for the 4 players on site. And Nico here again, Shopify with 3 marshals to work with. And a knife and a prowler clearing out B main, but still Sentinels are putting players here to duel.
Oh yeah, this is all this round is for Sentinels, especially with the marshals. Everyone's just looking for 1v1s. Here's this from Tigg. As an opportunity at Zellesis.
Sentinels not willing to give up those peaks. They know that these marshals can get snowball effect into a round win. Bdog has wiggled his way up halls. Not able to find anything though. There's a prowler again clearing out B, just checking for anyone at the mouth, and Tenz peeking out towards mid. Shutting down Mada, and there's a timing for Bdog.
Okay. Yeah, no, timing for Shroud at least to take down Bdog, that was.
Info off the drone, gives it a free kill.
Oh, Dapr gets spotted off the jump peak.
Imagine he hit that, Moose.
If Moose has that sort of reaction time, I wouldn't doubt it. He's been insane the last few days, but he's not going to have many opportunities at this round.
Now Bdog has a rifle in his hand. We'll see how good he can be here in the first kills. He's been so important for Shopify's success, and they will creep up now in towards Hall. Shahzam as an ultimate here. If he gets a tag, I mean, this could spell doom for both Bdog and Tigg, and he does. He might pop it here. Doesn't elect to. It's a KO ultimate and a cleanup into this A site, as it is just Tenz getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, Tenz is scrambling, and he just runs into the crosshairs of Dazzle. Well done, Mada. Completely overwhelming Tenz, but the rotation for Sentinels hasn't exactly been completed.
But it was Bdog. Bdog was the one that went down, and that means no trademark, that means no flank watch, and that means Zellesis is open the door for Sentinels. They're just delaying here, Sentinels. The rest of these players trying to draw attention.
Whoa. Moose, he's gonna be going for the flank watch. Oh, if Moose goes down there goes the Viper's Pit, but Moose stays alive. Viper's Pit still up, still a 3v3. Mada sharp as ever, 18 HP, still dancing around. But there goes the shock dart, takes him back out dry. And Moose has ran so far away that the Viper's Pit has gone down, but he's still on the flank. Dazzle peeking out of A main, helping out, and Moose comes in at the perfect time.
Have the catalyst of these ultimates. Sentinels have them instead. Zellesis with his null command. And he's been so good with his util. We'll catch 2 players towards A. Prowler now clears B main. This is a lot of space for Sentinels and a lot of early information.
Yeah, again, this wall. So much mystery for these players of Shopify without using utility to re-clear elbow. There goes the Prowler, though. They do pull out a flash to try to clear elbow. Again, nobody up mid for Sentinels, still holding up their back lines. They're not even contacting B main.
It is a one-way hit. Not like you said, nothing in towards mid. The wall's gone up. It slowed them down. Wall for themselves has gone up as well. We'll see how they can delay. And these mollies from Shroud are perfect. Gets them both out before he gets nullified.
TP into the back. Dapr holding back Mada, though. And here comes Shroud. The big combo between Dapr and Shroud going massive. 3 kills going their way with Shroud getting both of them. And Dapr with a triple in the back line.
Generate that duelist power that you want from your entry player.
Anti-eco now for Sentinels. Something that they haven't lacked on. And anti-ecos have been going fully their way so far this game, but this is a little weird now. Shroud, with the Viper's Pit hold, he's putting all of this effort into this now. The spray could work out so well for him, and indeed it does. The transfer gets 3. Bdog and Moose trying to get into sight. They still have the Tour de Force to work with, and now they restrict it actually to a 3v2. Moose getting revealed. The nade's going to go out for Zellesis, and Zellesis is in such a difficult position. He has to peek the back of sight, and Shahzam is going to be there to take him out.
4 of the second half.
That's unreal. Shopify only able to get that spike down once. Sentinels' defense doing so good in the middle of these sites, but there goes the mid control.
Slight switch up, yes. Shopify now on the right front, taking up towards mid. Zellesis.
Oh,
That is
Zellesis
perfect utility.
No, he flashes himself, but the nade is so good. Zellesis. Okay, half perfect, yes. Okay, sure, I'll take it. Zellesis can still fight, still has a rifle, and the Ultra gets pulled out. This Sova has no idea. This is just Zellesis' playground. Tigg trying to run away, and Zellesis actually lets him go, but still a 2v5, and Tigg tries to run the other way amid, and Tenz takes him down through the double doors. This round is over. Moose is just contemplating whether or not to hold on to the Vandal.
Once again, another failed attempt at a spike plant. Shopify shut down towards mid. Sentinels have got their number. Reading that Viper's wall almost perfectly. The pressure there, the fade, the haunt to get the info. And seriously, Sentinels are looking so good. This is their comfort pick. They looked great yesterday against the guard. Down to the narrowest of margins, and whatever mistakes they had, whatever mistakes they felt they had on the defensive side, they've cleaned every single aspect of it up. That's what Shahzam was talking about. Saying that they felt their defensive side was a little bit choppy. Well, I'm going to be completely... The first kills, 20 rounds played, and they account for 8 of those first kills.
Almost half of the rounds, those two players going absolutely massive with the first kills. Shopify this time taking mid control early with that TP from Mada, but they still have to take control of Shahzam.
Is it control though? Mada's just tucked himself in a corner. They don't know anything else. They have mid control and nothing really here to play with. No ults except for Moose's Viper Speed, but that Viper Speed is only contingent if you get on site. And they have failed to get on site multiple times. So Sentinels holding tight. Zellesis watching this mid side. The op from Tenz watching deep towards B main. This hold from Sentinels has held steadfast multiple times. And you have 3 players hearing down towards mid. Dapr, Shahzam, and Zellesis. The 3 initiators with the util to slow it down as well.
And just a reminder, again, there's no smokes for Shopify to realistically stack sites. The next take that this team has to either come from mid, or it has to be an all-out war.
And they're regrouping. Back towards this A side. They're going to get Moose towards A main where he can pop that ultimate, but it is, again, contingent if you can even get out. Shroud and Zellesis here with the util, but Zellesis isn't going to delay. Instead, it's the Molly. The Molly pushing them into the open. Shroud, of course, to close it down, but it's a 3v3.
Oh, Shroud keeps it going. A second kill back for Shroud, but Shopify again. 2 players alive, keeping things even for now, but Dapr finds one out in the open. Moose on 1v2, has Viper's Pit, but he just swings out anyways. Dapr.
That we've seen, this is the only time Sentinels have pulled out a duelist, and it's on Zellesis. We know how he can be, and they will take instantly in this pistol round full B main control.
Yeah, you see the intention of the Neon again on Fracture. Some early push and pull map control is important. The Neon took that in B main, but here comes the takeover in A. It's massive. There goes the fault line. There goes the stun. There is no way anyone can stay in the middle of that site. Good TP.
And it's an instant post-find situation. Tenz is going to try and re-clear towards top dish. Moose has one extra smoke to delay. Sentinels will regroup back up. There is not a lot of util here for them to get back into the site, but you look at it, Dazzle has got 2 flashes, an aftershock flash there for Tigg as well. This is looking good here for Shopify. Strong post-plant util.
And again,
oh no!
Shahzam lines up 2, Tino, both Mada and Tigg. Here comes the rush in. Sentinels have the man advantage. Make that a 2-man advantage. Shroud picking up another one. You still have the man over towards Dish, and it's only the man in Dish. Shroud picking up 2 on the retake. Moose had no chance. Sentinels, what happened off that first pick from Shahzam?
Oh man, doing too much? Question mark for Shopify Rebellion?
Surely.
Wanting to maybe surprise Eco to work against in Shopify Rebellion, or work with. Shopify Rebellion going light into these pistols.
Early knife, only able to spot one, but that neon spot is actually really, really good. You would assume that neon would be, of course, in the place where they're gonna exec, but instead they find the neon. Popping his lonesome.
A little bit more aggressive from Sentinels on this map of Fracture. Sliding in early, both rounds, getting aggressive from first the tree side of B, now the arcade side. And it will give them this 4v1 against Bdog, who is trying to just, again, chip away, try and get some easy exits here, do some damage to Sentinels' economy, but not being presented too much. Only 2 players.
Still have to watch out for some fast plays. Once again, Sentinels, alongside the Neon and the Breach, taking up B main control, but there's no fight back from Shopify. That's just the information. Here comes the fight back for A main. Tenz is on the front side. He takes down 1. Dapper's gone.
Queued up that fight, giving them the 4v4. Not a big loss here, though, for the side of Shopify Rebellion. They haven't lost any major pieces of util for this post lane. Sentinels, though, putting a lot of pressure on. They are on the front door. And Zellesis wants to kick us off already. He's trying to get aggressive in towards A main, working it now with Tenz.
They are right here. Moose only has 1 smoke to go. Dazzle has still both flashes to go. And Moose, he's all the way over on the flank. Flanking 2 players from Sentinels, and now he has the ulti, the orbital strike lined up. And Sentinels, they know this. They know that Moose, towards this back position with the ulti, he can literally chill here for the rest of the round. Doesn't have to do anything. 3 more players for Shopify Rebellion in the middle of A. It doesn't look like they're gonna get into any battles again. That position for Moose is still so scary. They just don't know where he is. Shahzam has to save.
Now looking to maybe remove that rifle from Shahzam was Mada. They know Sentinels will always rebuy. They did it in the last map. And they did it here again, reinvesting into those 2 rifles off the players that dropped. Shopify.
More importantly, we're gonna have something quick back over towards A main. You do have the fault line getting lined up, but again, it's just the spike holder.
They heard it.
Stays on the outside. Oh,
another first kill and a double down here from Sentinels. That's 4 rounds in a row where they've gotten the first kill, and Zellesis was just so privy to Mada's play.
Do they keep the advantage, though? Zellesis still in that 1v1. And the rest of Shopify, they're actually pinching back towards B main. This pop through the smoke could be so volatile. They have the flashes ready. They're actually backing up.
But they're ready for this. Sentinels, they checked it and backed away into tower. This is a smart play from them. Shroud still has this orbital strike to sit on. They're just looking to control tower. Tigg is all alone. And they've made noise, grabbed the orb, and they backed away. These 2 players are just locking it down.
It's
There's
just
still util, so much.
Right. A lot of util for them to get into the site, but Sentinels, with the double tower, I was going to say, there is no way they predict
They split
that
themselves
both
up.
players are in tower. But exactly that. They split themselves up. They use yet another smoke here. That's the last smoke that they have for the rest of this round, but this is a very good time.
You need Tigg to get something, and Tigg has just been red like an absolute book and gets caught out by Shroud's orbital strike.
Great reaction from Shroud, holding up the angle that it was fully flashed on. Now 2 players remaining, Bdog and Dazzle. Still back in B main, has not gone past this smoke in over a minute. And Zellesis is able to get the last.
That kind of read, because that's what Sentinels have been doing, and it's giving them these first kills, giving them early success. Not as much pressure this time around, though. And Zellesis sees nothing, and that's going to cue the early rotate, allowing Shroud to play with the rest of his team on A.
Oh, they're actually going to try to take this courtyard control. Tenz on the front side, going to be able to spray down at 1, but that's the only one. Shahzam with a flash, and the spray is even better. 2 kills for Shahzam. Spike is in his control. Aftershock in, and that's going to pressure out Moose. Mada has such low HP. Look at this pressure from Sentinels. They have all of this control. The Spike and Shopify are out and away.
It's just unfair. Shopify aren't even getting a chance to get on site. Shut down in this round, and well, there's nowhere for them to go. Low HP for Mada. Moose can try to be clear, but that is Sentinels on a dime that Shopify will send Mada out through sand to try and get the opener. And he's going to try and be an over here, over towards B main. This is ridiculous from Sentinels.
Sentinels have taken B main control over almost every single round, and this is the first time where we finally get a 1v1 there, and Shopify are humbled.
And it's another first blood. Sentinels again, continuing to dominate. Zellesis and Tenz both playing lights out right now. 2 apiece. That might have been 3 there for Zellesis. And this is just getting a little bit out of hand for Shopify. This could be 5-1 if Sentinels can convert again.
There's the pistols here for Shopify. They did rely on the tour de force. Moose actually comes around the corner with a big headshot, and so does Tigg. 2v2 now.
They're playing here with the ultimates. They need this null command before Shahzam can get the rolling thunder out, and they do.
There you go.
Perfectly timed, Shahzam. No Q to get back in, and they do know as Tenz tries to aggress. Wanted a solo play, and this is the recovery that Shopify needed. And you've used your null command. You have a rolling thunder and orbital strike that Moose has been sitting on since round number 3. Sentinels got ults of their own. Dapr with the null command, they've got pressure. 3 players, they're ready to use the util here from Shahzam to take this map control, and they do exactly that.
Oh,
but it doesn't work.
It's just a clean sweep.
Spike drop.
I mean, you can't get any better than that. There's not even overwhelming util at that point. Everyone from Sentinels, they had the right positions, the same positions that they were playing before on this hold.
You go in so blind towards A main, so blind. That ult is queued off of nothing. That's the first time Shopify have won a first duel. They've got their first kill in this map, and it's off of an attempt at a double push. So clean, so good there. Dazzle to take 3 lives. And a quick reaction, Sentinels will have to just save.
You have Tigg. We could be able to take down some of these guns. Again, Shopify, what a return to form. Again, the economy of Sentinels is still something that Shopify actually has to worry about, and it's just getting chipped down. There's no way that they can actually rebuy fully into the next round either.
Sure, it's a kind of a shifty, awkward buy. 2 players will be able to buy in the next, but 3 will not be able to. And Mada looking to accelerate, looking to aggress. This is different from Shopify. And what can they do to slow them down? There's no one in tower, and Mada's going to beat them to it.
Mada's already here, and he just goes through the aftershock and the nade. Well done as he takes down Dapr entirely. We still have the rotation very fast. Oh! Oh, and a knife at the same time as Mada just takes down Dapr on the floor. Disrespectful, but here we go. Still a 3v5. You still have Sentinels, still with a tour de force and a gun.
We'll see what they can do damage-wise, because it doesn't feel like this is a round where you want to risk anything. Tenz
Surely not.
should be looking to get those exits, but right now, Sentinels not able to have success in these post-plant, in these retake situations. This is Shopify with another plant, a 5th plant, and now a 4th win. That is the success they're bringing. And while Shahzam is trying to go big, I don't know if the time is really going to give him the opportunity.
And Shahzam's just going through in the double tower. Surely is going to get held down. Well done. Tenz is here for exits. He's going to be able to find one. The spray from Tigg keeps the economy.
Bringing us back 4 rounds in a row. Apologies, 3 rounds in a row. And Sentinels will try and get aggressive. All the same. Zellesis yet to pop that overdrive. And Shopify, they're reading into that kind of play. They know that they love to get aggressive towards B main, so they regroup. Looking to hit now the A side. Just have to worry about Tenz's positioning, really.
Yeah, that's all about it. But oh, wow.
Holy
They
smoke.
expend the triple smokes alongside the fast lane. Again, they still have to worry somehow about Tenz, but he just has a shorty. Alongside the Headhunter. Control has been taken. Not a lot of util here for Shopify in the post.
Yeah, this is Sentinel's first eco round. They have full kit of util for Dapr to try and make it happen. Not to mention the overdrive, which can be incredibly powerful. Not yet the triple headshot multiplier that people have been expecting. But look at the off-site tendencies here for Shopify.
There goes the rolling
players in
thunder,
A main.
holding back the site. And like you said, 3 players trying to come back here for Sentinels, trying to come out of dish. Shroud's on the front side, trying to get a right click through. Dapr, he's actually the one to take down Dazzle. Dazzle is fully discombobulated. There goes the spray. Has to nail the spray here for Bdog. Bdog with a triple. Still 1 more to go in the middle of sight. And it's Shroud that can only get kills. Shopify.
And it will be Sentinels who pick up Tenz on the operator. They have slowed down a little bit in the first kill department. They are starting to even it out here, Shopify.
Oh, good TP.
Never mind.
But
Never
that's
mind.
Wow, okay, yeah. The first kill this time going back towards Zellesis. That's yet another one for him. He is actually stacking it up currently. But Shopify, they have control on the outside of A main. Mada hasn't been spotted. He's through. Dapr's been spotted. The rifle, the barrel is gone. But he actually doesn't know about the position up in dish.
He should know. I'd imagine Tenz's pressure has been here 2 rounds in a row, and this will be the 2nd time. And he's watching for it just in case. They're very wary to flash to set him up.
Nice.
And Tenz ducks out just very quickly. Doesn't want to overwhelm himself.
Good TP. Mada taking up more control here under ropes. Zellesis is going to have to do something very ballsy to get out of here. And indeed, he just jumps on out. Mada takes him down easily. Tenz is down so low, but he still has the off.
Spike planted.
Mada still holds. Mada still looks. And Tenz on 5 HP, like you said, so low. But it doesn't matter because he's got the op. Dazzle though, with the swing, and that might just seal the fate. Another plant, and what could be another win unless these players can come up huge.
Tenz, again, the one-shot potential. Shroud might have seen the player in the middle of sight. They have no idea where Moose is right now, and he has the molly to use.
One enemy
There
remaining.
goes Shroud, and Mada takes him down. He's done for. Tenz, he has an off to save. It's not like Shopify, too. It's not like they're winning every single first kill, right? Out of the last 5 rounds, the majority of them actually went back to Sentinels. 3 rounds out of the last 5. First kill is going to
4v5s.
Sentinels. Even though it's been 5 straight for Shopify.
They've been recovering so well, and keep in mind, yeah, the first kill side dominated right now. Sentinels 8 first kills, and only 2 for Shopify Rebellion. Yet Shopify Rebellion are leading 6-4.
You said 8?
And Mada accounts for half of those first kills for Sentinels. He's died 4 times, 10 total in this series, but he's still fragging out. Well, in the rounds that he lives, I should say.
The rounds that he's actually able to be there for the post plant. Here we go. Sentinels still with their pistols. No one has been able to get a contact in just yet, except for Tenz. He finally collects a 1v1 back over towards A. It's not a win for him. He readjusts back into A site. The spike is right next to him, but he has no idea. Everyone from Shopify currently in a default position.
We'll see if Tenz can maybe get something here close. There's no knife to flush him out. He will be able to take the TP if he is a little overwhelmed, and he is.
That's
Trying
unfortunate.
to quick switch. And Bdog
Nice.
slipping on through. Just slipping on through for 2.
That's so slick. There was no way that those 2 were going to be able to react to that. I mean, again, if they were actually able to get into A main, there are 3 players retake from A main.
At a 7-5 possibly. This could be a 7-5, but they've been at a deficit each time transitioning into that second half. And right now, Shopify are taking things exceptionally slow now.
But this is the absolute slowest play that you could pull here on Fracture. They are right in the middle of their spawns. They are not moving at all into either dish or mains.
Trying to welcome the aggression from Sentinels, really. And I think also scared of the opping position of Tenz.
Mada's finally
Sentinels-
making a move.
Not a team that over-aggresses. Yeah, and you mentioned Mada making a move finally. Will be spotted out, and that's pressure. A player should pivot from Sentinels, maybe change their position, but it hasn't done anything. They're just going to stick in towards A main.
Zellesis heard that, and this is all Zellesis. A 1v3 for him, but he gets spotted by Dazzle. But he still takes him down, though. Did spot the spike. Here comes the peek from Shroud. Shroud trying to re-clear B main, and he still has yet another teammate right next to him. Shahzam with the Rolling Thunder, looking to re-clear this. Moose around the corner needs a headshot to really make it count, but it just won't happen. A really, really tall task here for Bdog.
And Sentinels finally able to deny. 6 in a row, the
seconds
spike's gone on. 6 in a row for Shopify Rebellion, and now Sentinels have denied it. Just at the very end of this first half, and Bdog.
Wow.
It's got at least an isolated
flash.
1v1. Just one, though.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, Shazam's done. There goes the headshot. Bdog still looking for more, but Dapr.
Bit of a tempo change for Sentinels now on the attack.
Absolutely, it is. A lot slower, even though they're all wrapped up around the A side of the map. Gotta watch out for this breach, though. Dazzle, right next to the door, has the shorty. Ready and raring to go. No one's actually gonna touch him. They all just walk on by anyways. A is completely free.
Yeah, contacting their way in fully. Similar exec to what Mada was setting up with that fast lane, and Sentinels going in clean. A post-plant situation to come in a 5-on-5. Just the pistols Shopify to work with, but Util coming in heavy hot.
Oh, and Zellesis is on the front side, able to rack on the stun, rack on the kill. Shahzam was able to get 2 out of that, but Moose just
Loves to go fast, and we'll see how quick he can get. Shopify will need to slow them down, but there's nobody looking towards B main.
Oh, not at all. It's just going to be a free sight here. So the Neon, it can just keep stretching out towards spawn. That's exactly what Zellesis does. Easy peasy against Dazzle. And no, Tenz! Finding 2 free kills again on the Mada and moves both of them on their way out. A good kill from Bdog, though. He was full flashed. 2 players remaining for Shopify, but wow, what a tragedy in those back lines.
Yeah, as ready as you can be for the fast play of Sentinels, you surely are not expecting Zellesis to slide through your own spawn into Canteen, and that's Sentinels again.
If you could call it a setup, right? Tenz. Again, just off of the chamber, right? He just needs to be in a position where he can be free, where he can keep his head on a swivel and be able to frag. That's pretty much what's happening here. 2 players pushing out Dish. He's out on his own, but there goes the stun. Well stunned from Mada, calling out Tenz entirely. They're going to be able to get at least some rotations back into the site, but it has to be big here for Sentinels.
We'll see if they can recover. Sentinels have yet to win a 4v5. Despite having the rifles, they are struggling to get into this site. They've been locked out right now. Pressure from Shopify. That man advantage really solidifying this round, unless Sentinels can come up big.
That position around the corner for Dazzle is so dangerous. The Aftershock actually nails Bdog over in ropes. Sentinels, man advantage, but they don't have any map control currently. Yes, they have a main, but they don't have a whatsoever. Neon around the corner could be so dangerous. Mada still with that SMG could be able to get a lot of damage, especially on Zellesis. But hello, Dapr. Around the corner, has a flash ready and raring to go, but he's not going to use it! Zellesis! He was the target, like I said before, but he doesn't go down! Here comes Tigg, though, with the stinger, and he's able to get...
A post plant. Now Shopify, with their rifles, will be looking to try and replicate the aggression.
Wow.
Mada.
Oh,
denied?
Shroud! There you go, Shroud wakes up and takes down Mada. But again, no control for Sentinels at this point outside of main.
Yeah, and there's his 5th burst. That's Zellesis up close, looking for something. It is traded back to a 4-on-4, but Sentinels, they know it's the weak in sight. And oh, Bdog. Even Tenz in the air, he catches him.
Okay. Very tough there for Bdog, but he still has to go off. He's suppressed. He can't TP out. 2, 1. No, he's just done. Nade alongside the spray from Dapr. The rotation for Shopify, it's tough. It's 3 separate locations, but Moose is there.
Oh, the trades go back. It's a 2-on-2. Low HP for Dapr and Dazzle. No ultimates. Shroud has backed away to play the ball. He's left his teammate Dapr alone. They're on opposite sides. And it'll be so tricky to work back into this one.
Is Shroud playing for contact so he can get the ult point?
Again, he's just playing for the molly.
He just needs 1 kill, right? There goes the molly very, very early, but that's great timing, though.
Timing!
That's gonna allow for Dapr through. 1 more player remaining. Tigg has nothing to work with.
And 3 different angles to watch. Main, tower, and towards arcade.
Tigg. Dapr is so low, and he just can't get a body shot.
And you know he's on 10 HP. Why would you expect him to be by himself towards arcade? You just don't. And they get caught because of it.
Whoa. Battle here over towards main. A main has been taken by Shopify. Bdog finally ringing out true.
They found my trap.
Getting something. Sentinels, the only 4v5 they've won is against the anti-eco. Against the eco of Shopify Rebellion. The orbital strike not enough to stop them, and they're just simply not ready. Dapr already in sight, and Dapr lighting up the kill feed with 2.
Oh, but you had to look out for the Neon there. The Neon in the middle of sight. Mada wasn't able to do anything with that. The Aftershock, though. Shroud!
Catches him!
Shroud just had to be stuck to the plant. Not able to use an orbital strike now. A 3v2, and it's a very possible one for Shopify, even though it's SMGs and a pistol. They have the tour de force, and indeed it rings out right, and Tenz can't even run away. Bdog gets around the angle just in time. The Rolling Thunder not necessary. Shopify keeping themselves in the game in a round where, truthfully, they shouldn't have gotten. Good retake. Shopify, they won 6 plants in a row. Sentinels have been doing the same thing here on the attacking side. But here we go. We don't even need to rely on the plant. They wanted to finish it off early. Shopify, a double push over towards Dish, and it just doesn't work out. Bdog, still the only person here, but he's getting wrapped, and he's gone.
Stuck around maybe a little bit too long. Was banking on the fact Dapr wouldn't use the null command, or maybe it slipped his mind. This round has slipped out of the hands of Shopify in a matter of seconds. Sentinels accelerating on Fracture. I mean, everyone was watching them yesterday, and it felt this was the Sentinels that were slow, deliberate, patient, cautious, composed. Give me a thesaurus. I'll keep on listing the words.
Yeah, that's a lot of words.
This one is quick and rapid. And they do it there. I don't have as many words. I've lost. I don't have a thesaurus with me, so I don't know. But you get the point. Zellesis is the forefront, the spear of this attack. And now Shopify will save these 2 rifles, carrying over Mada's overdrive to maybe help transition them to what would be an eco had they not won the last, but gives them a chance at least. As a description word.
Descriptive. Here's want to describe this.
Out. No!
What is this? Chaos in the middle of main, but again, they still have to re-clear with a flash. Moose has to back out. He was never able to trade there. Still has a second person here. Whoa, whoa, the rolling thunder actually coming in, overwhelming Moose. But no one's actually in there. What is this take for Sentinels?
They slow down, and Tenz is going to pivot back towards Dish. Despite the rolling thunder stunning most of these players, actually maybe just the one. Tenz, the head peeked on over. That slowdown is going to catch out Moose. This is unfair. That is a ridiculous placement on the fragment grenade. And just like that, Sentinels, the former kings of North America, they're on match point in the lower bracket.
Oh, I can't believe that combo.
Wow, that is
Who are these guys?
That's
Who are
insane
they?
placement.
This is not the Sentinels that we've been watching this year. It just isn't. I refuse to believe.
And I'll tell you, I had a lot of questions, a lot of doubts that Sentinels could compete against a team that played like Shopify, a team that had a little bit more tempo compared to the Guard. And I'll be honest, Sentinels have dealt with it almost flawlessly between these 2 maps. And on their attacking side, they as well, only letting 1 round slip through to Shopify Rebellion and Bdog. As the op, and that's all they've got carried over into the second match point they've had to face. And he doesn't even get it. Doesn't even get it. You saw yesterday how well he played. Sentinels with a chance, slow, tempoed, has been lost. And Shopify, slowly but surely, start to get antsy.
Taking it step by step. The knife goes out. No other util used, though. Total cutoff of noise here for Sentinels, but Shopify, look at the hold here in the middle of A. Double here. It's the high-low setup that Sentinels simply hasn't dealt with yet.
Dapr up close. Has got the pot flash to send them out, but they've been held back. There's ults here to slow them down as well. The null command has shifted far away. 4 players here in a round so critical to Shopify Rebellion. Well, one's been removed.
I mean, how many more can they actually take down? There goes, wait, what? Mada with the overdrive just through the smoke, but again, it just had to be Sentinels backing out. They have to back out. Look how Shopify is closing the space. They open the gate. They do not allow Sentinels to come out of main, but they finally pick up the spike. They finally get that rotation going, but so is Shopify.
They shifted back. They're quick. Zellesis to the front. He's got a fast lane to send them up, and he's got to get uncovered. He can get the spike down. They can play the postman. Shahzam, this is so risky! He doesn't get anything!
And they're all gone! What a way for Shopify.
Plans.
Still keep going, though. Sentinel still with full cash. Shopify finally around where they have full utility, full guns. And they already started off with a big battle over towards the B side.
And there's already 4 players here.
Yeah, exactly that.
Bdog has gone deep over towards Arcade. They know the hit is coming.
Such a good pushback. But again, Shopify, they need to somehow regain this tower space. That's a lot of utility coming back, and that's indeed what they do. The Aftershock alongside the Flash. Dazzle's holding on to this.
You can't remove Dazzle, though. He's still sticking around. He's got 1 extra flash to work with. And Bdog, the timing would have had the peek on a Shahzam. Poked his head out for a second. And Sentinels have been shut down, slowed down, but the util has been dumped. Still a molly for Moose. A double flash set up here as well for Tigg. And Dazzle still remaining in tower, has got full control. 50 seconds left. Keep note of the time. Sentinels are reworking this bottom side of the map. They have to re-clear. Tenz is not confident that they haven't pushed through.
I mean, still very much just a waiting game, but they don't want to wait anymore. They just flash through and peek anyways. Great peek from Dazzle. He picks up the one very safely, knows that the spike is there. 30 seconds left. Zellesis 1v1 to take over tower. Here comes the B main space now for Sentinels.
And look at these three players. They are posted in a position where they can deny the spike plants. Mada trying to swing out towards tower is successful for one.
It's only the one for now. Shahzam with a trade back. Zellesis alongside Dapr to try to potentially come back in the round. It's a 3v2 clutch.
He spotted?
Zellesis, what a spot. Only able to get the one though. Moves still clearing stairs and spots him out anyways. 50 HP for Zellesis in a 1v2. Able to pick up the first. Bdog has only a pistol. Zellesis is a headshot. He's gonna try to run, but Bdog picks him down with a body shot. And we still keep going.
We hold on for a moment longer. Shopify. Icing on the cake. It's Bdog to get the final frag, but it's close. One time that a player on this roster that still stands for Shopify, that being Moose, has won a match. Ever since then, I've not won a lower bracket game.
It'll be a long time coming. Here comes Sentinels, though, pressuring out B. There's only one person here. How much work can Tigg do here? Tigg spots the first, takes down Shahzam. Has a lot more work to do back over towards site, but he's still playing for tower, and he gets two. Tigg, what a hold, and he still has a lot more work to do. 88 HP, and he's able to take down the third. Dapr, yes, has the fragment grenade out, but now it's Tenz alongside Zellesis. Has two to deal with over towards Jenny.
And they know as well the location of two. Zellesis, he's taking the bait with a fast lane.
Great fast lane.
Denied the info in Tenz.
What?
He's dancing around.
What? Okay, Mada is there for the trade, surely, right? But Zellesis, 55 seconds left. Play time here. Spots one. What a great angle from Bdog.
To shut it down, but you look at Sentinels. Accelerators from Zellesis, accelerators from Dapr, and they are going fast.
Zellesis, again, has the overdrive if he wants to use it, and indeed he pulls it out, but great stun coming back from the Neon. Again, two in the middle of A. There goes the knife. There goes Dapr. Can't get Dazzle. The crossfire just works.
And there were already 4 players here, and now they're just down to 3 Sentinels. How do you make this work? How do you recover? Because a Rolling Thunder's already had it your way, and Tenz has to be massive. Tangible Tenz has to be untouchable. He needs another, but he can't get it.
Great trade, but now it's Shahzam. A 1v2, both Moose and Bdog. Drastically different angles. But with one goal in mind, the spike in the middle of A.
And one off the Rolling Thunder, Shahzam. It's important. Can be so big in this clutch, and they're isolated. They're holding across. But he can isolate one. Did he see the barrel? I don't think it's taken out of. Might have just been the X-ray, and Shahzam has the fault line to force Bdog. But Shahzam is doing it by himself, and he creeps out of the open. He creeps out for the kill, and there we go. Over aggression. Tenz on the rifle. We know him for the op. We love him for the op, but he doesn't go to it. And Sentinels, what a story it's been for Shopify bound to bring it back, and how heartbreaking it would be for Sentinels. They can't recover this.
There.
Slow rope back. As again, keep the push and pull for Sentinels. That's a great smoke for them. Establishing some control here over towards A main, but more importantly, forcing Shopify. They want this to use util.
Shahzam not on his fault line yet. Can't delay. Zellesis with the stun though.
No,
Let's force
Mada's
them
here.
back, and
What
no.
a shot.
He
Mada.
goes down. Zellesis to fall, and now the rest is succumb.
Shroud just slides on through. They didn't see Shroud at all.
But it doesn't matter.
Mada still swings back and takes him down. Tenz and Dapr, the last two remaining, both coming from the B side. But all 3 targets for Shopify in the middle of A, gone in an instant.
Does it fall apart like this, Tigg?
Surely
Just
not.
underneath. Tenz has been so good. He's been finding
no,
kills,
no.
but he doesn't check. Please check, Tenz. Turn around.
Yeah.
And a 3v1. Dapr. This is chance. Prayer. But dashed away by Tigg. What?
Gonna be a big play over towards A main. It's gonna be a double peek for the Neon in chamber with a fault line early on potentially. Actually comes a bit late.
Right there.
And a fault line for Sentinels actually stops the push.
You get a little bit of contact as well off of that knife thrown all the way from tower by Tigg. It's one that Shopify have been utilizing. Recycle here to get the info, but it's a fast play. Quick from Sentinels.
They're gonna maintain that full control. Nobody in the middle of A. Mada spraying through, so much damage being done. There goes the aftershock. Dapr shook, but he actually does make it out. All is good for now.
And he gets a fragment grenade out as well, denying any pressure that Shopify wanted to apply. Sentinels again in the post plants have been so good,
Wow.
and they need to do so again.
This is so slow, and Tigg is actually fully showing himself. He just wants to go in with a nade alongside the knife. Flashes through, but there's a smoke in front of him. Shroud runs away. There goes another flash. They're just corralling them in the middle of main, and it just doesn't work. Shahzam takes down 2 of them, and now Dapr in the middle of sight, combining with Zellesis, combining with all 4 players here. Sentinels still alive. They're gonna stay alive here in overtime.
Weak round of overtime on the defensive side. The first time he's pulled out an OT.
He's got nothing else but that op to use. But he's just gonna hold on to it in the middle of A. As this happens, Sentinels taking control of A main.
And
or
it
B main.
looks like they're trying to replicate the success they had in Tree. On their defensive side, they took this side of the map multiple times. This quarter of the map multiple times.
Tenz could easily get overwhelmed in this position, though. He's just gonna be able to get that 1 pick and TP out.
But there's no knife from Tigg to deny it. He's in such a free spot, Tenz. And there's nothing you can do to flush him out. The stuns, yeah, might overwhelm him, but he can just TP out whenever he wants. A push in, though, from Dapr. This is risky. He's alone.
The plan here from Dapr. The
It's off
timing.
of Tenz. It's off of Tenz alone.
But again, it's such a tight angle. Dapr. Somehow the reaction has to come in time. That's if he just doesn't get sprayed down. Mada. They get some good ground, though.
It is deathly quiet. He has 1 flash to set him
Here
up.
we go.
You need the contact. Tenz, does he get the shot?
Tenz gets backed off, and Dapr can't get anything. The shot goes in, the TP goes out. Mada is in the middle of sight. The triple smokes are up. Shopify safely in the middle of A.
And a fast burst there. And a 4v5 retake. Sentinels, this is where they struggle. And striking the iron while it's hot. It's Shopify. They forced one off the angle. That's a chance. They smoked it off. Zellesis is getting aggressive. He's already beaten through the smoke, but he's beaten by Mada.
And with the molly, too, there is no way Shahzam can help Bdog. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
There you go. That's what they were lining up for before.
In this map, again, they recover with another fast play. They did it before. They do it again. That knife is brilliant, catching 2 and slowing down any pushes Elson wanted.
Knife not spotting all too much. They did get the chamber, though, in terms of Bdog. This is fast. Bdog has the shotgun. The 1 pump could have been able to do it. But Tigg, do they know that Tigg is here? There goes the stun once again. Zellesis hasn't even peeked. Tigg is just trying to maintain this. And massive flash. Zellesis, he was flashed too, but he still gets it. Sentinels, once again, able to safely make their way into the middle of the site on a round where they absolutely need it.
Covering so quickly to flush out Tigg. They know how dominant he's been in that position, and they were scared. They sent Util to set up Zellesis. This time it's Sentinels with the burst, with the pop play. And Shopify Rebellion. 1 to try and swing, the 2nd to follow after, and again, 10. Confidence in the last round, felt that the Util was flushing him out. I think it's a better call here. You can be a little bit more aggressive. He's dropped as well a rendezvous. They're taking full arcade control here, though. Yeah, the site's given up, but that's the first blood. Zellesis with success.
Yeah, but it's only Bdog who is already holding back over in Dish, back over in Arcade. Here comes the retake. Tigg with a big shot on the Shroud. Tenz, he gets his 2, and Moose was able to catch Dapr. Big shot from Moose as he takes down Tenz. Now it's a 1v2. Dazzle sees his teammate go down. But Dazzle still has 1 flash to use and an aftershock. Spike in front of him. Zellesis peeks out. 10 HP remaining here for Dazzle. How on earth does he handle this? The aftershock, yes, it goes through, and it actually does cover up the spike just a little bit. Zellesis, not patient enough, but he comes back with the 3rd kill of the round. Sentinels, they strike first in defense.
And they've got it. They've got a chance now, Sentinel. Shopify 1 to go. Fault line and a smoke set up to take that control. There's a trademark there, but they realize they shifted quick. They don't want anything of it. They don't want to push. They don't want to fight. And Zellesis, is he good to get it? No, he at least stays alive, though, when they get onto the A site.
Oh no, that's actually just important for Moose. Moose backs on out, got all of that information. This is an even 5v5. An absolute car crash, but boy do we love to see it. Shroud on the front side gets traded out. Shahzam going in, but Moose with a double. 1 person on top here for Shopify. It's a 3v2. Tenz, Dapr, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the rotation of the chamber.
Oh, Tenz with first. Mike and Tyson trying to pull it back. Dapr in the angle, and Tenz with the cross.
Here's the crossfire. They don't have util though. Moose, what a kill into Tenz. Dapr, 1v2, and it's shut down by Moose again. Moose, what an absolute threat so far. Not only in this best of 3, but this entire tournament. That's hard to say, dude. Hey, if that can even be replicated. That was only the second retake of overtime so far. Both of them being pulled off in the last 2 rounds.
And look at this fight. Look at this fight. 3 players here and only 2 here for Sentinels. But Zellesis, he's dying. Oh my goodness.
Get him! 3 for Zellesis. He connects all the dots. Mada and Tigg the last 2 remaining, but Mada skates on out.
Would you believe it? He doesn't get checked there. Right around the smoke. He plays it expertly. And again, Sentinels. High hopes, high beliefs. They might get it again. Another defensive win here would set them up for another match point. But it's Mada and Tigg. Mada has been so good. And he has to be exceptional here.
Mada, you already used the fast lane to pick up Spike.
There.
They have 2 flashes.
They do have 2 flashes. That's better than nothing. They also have the knife. Shroud could have gotten a headshot there. Mada with a double. Shazam! Finds both anyway. It's gonna be fast again. Zellesis on the front side, sprinting forward. It's gonna be the knife up to try to deny the chamber, but the chamber still has the TP to go. Bdog.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He is suppressed. He can't go anywhere. Zellesis slaps him down. And there's still one more on the middle of the side. Here he goes with. Oh no, Mada sprays down 1, and actually Moose is there too. The double here for Shopify is so good.
Recovery back, recovery in. Sentinels are slowed down. 2 smokes out, 1 left to work with if they want to try and make the re-hit work, but they've been slowed down. Slowed down. Zellesis. That's his 12th first kill, and Sentinels cannot convert. Tenz. Up close and looking personal, but he doesn't get it. It's Shazam instead.
No, Shroud. He tried to capitalize on the damage that might have been done to Mada, but Mada, he's fresh. Tenz didn't nail the shots. There goes the fault line, though. Big flash in front of Tenz. He can't go anywhere.
They're not even considering a shift to your Sentinels. They are committed. And how does he get that, Shroud? Sucker punch to the head. Down goes Tigg, and a man advantage regain, and they are shifting. How fast can they arrive? Dazzle, look at where the spike is. It's already there.
Shroud.
He's got an aftershock too.
Shroud not only still has another smoke, but one more kill, and he'll get his ulti.
He's in the body.
What? How much HP did Mada have going through that? Shroud now has ulti. Mada, 20 HP. It is borderline impossible for Mada. 15 seconds left. Swings out. Mike Tyson survives at the end, and Sentinels win a best of 3 in VCT.